We're in a city built on 7 hills, and the fans hoping to see 7 points on the board early. We're at Cincinnati's Paycor Stadium. Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And away we go in Cincinnati. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
Ready?
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Right to the air, Burrow. Throw left side, and Gesicki has it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Here we go.
Burrow from the gun. Catch made by Chase Brown. And he works this to the 38 before going down. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. First down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First down, Burrow to throw. Completed over the middle. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their trusty tight end.
2nd and 6 now. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Not an open passing lane to be found anywhere. He took what he thought was the best one available, and they still managed to tip the ball away.
Here we go, here we go.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Catch made by All. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Quite the opening drive they put together, partner. New set of downs all the way down to the 25. To throw again, it's Burrow. This finds All complete. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. That's incomplete left side. Defender smart there to get a hand on that one. So it'll be 3rd down.
Let's get set.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. 4th down coming up.
Well, that throw, Kate, pretty clean out of his hand. Just looked like it didn't get through the defense clean enough. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
poorly hit, and that finds the crossbar. A surprising miss. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Well, that fooled me. He had it on line. That wasn't the issue. Just didn't have the leg he needed. And the ball goes the wrong way as he's denied by the crossbar.
Ready?
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Finds him over the middle. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Through one quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this.
Okay, ready?
Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Colts have the football. They're looking at 1st down here. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. That one finds Josh Downs. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but you stay on top of the deep threat.
Let's go now. Go.
From the gun, Taylor. And it's a nice gain, but they needed just 1 more yard to move the chains. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. 2 yards on the pickup, and it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Come on. Ready?
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Escapes the pocket. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And it sets up 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Richardson now on 2nd and 10. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two in 3rd downs. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Oh my God.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this will force them to start inside the 20. That punt heads out at about the 15-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Time.
Burrow to the air now. This one taken in by Chase. We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. The Bengals with a lot of ground between where they are now and where they need to go. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow. That's going to be cut by all. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd and 3 now.
Here we go. Stop.
From the 34. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Jones. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock, trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it. They'll bait those quarterbacks to making that throw, and then they'll close fast and take that ball away.
Cut out left. And they bring him down around the 34.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him and play an add-on with those yards.
2nd and 1. That's complete to Pittman. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. On 1st down, it's Richardson. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jermaine Pratt picks it. And the Bengals get the football back across midfield before going down inside the 45-yard line on the return.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover,
Here we go.
but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop the potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little.
By a man, and now he's in the clear. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals get some late points and the lead. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. First down throw here from Richardson. Catch made by Mitchell. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Ready.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Football on that 47-yard line, first down.
Ready? Ready?
Richardson back to throw. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it'll be second down.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Here we go. Cut.
They'll throw again. Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Looking to throw. Diving right side, got it! Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here's Matt Gay for the Colts field goal. This a 50-yard look from the right hash.
Oh, my God.
Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And the deficit stays at 7. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Richardson. Rolling left, buying some time. He's running with it. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. He even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Here we go. Fix the Eagles.
Straight ahead with Taylor. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Brought down by Trey Hendrickson. No gain on second down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Let's go now.
3rd and just 2 to go. Richardson now. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be first down, Colts.
Hot 70. Hot. Come on. Hey. Go.
Here's Richardson. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it. This one intended for the running back. So it's second down coming up.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Ready.
Second and 10. Again, it's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that push coming up.
In a situation situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this third down a near impossibility.
And the Bengals bringing out a fifth DB. They're in the nickel, third down. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. The Colts ready for the punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Takes it in at the 26. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Bengals football. They're out and set. First and 10.
Gun. Cut.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Pretty obvious, this defense, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Here we go. Stop.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Into the hands of Gesicki. Complete. 16 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they face second down.
Here we go. 11. Stop.
Burrow from the gun. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Here we go. Stop.
To throw again, it's Burrow. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset? Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. The Bengals with it. They've got the lead, but this game is close. Still on the move, coming to the line for first and 10.
Here we go. Stop.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow completes this one to Chase. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Gun. Stop.
He'll throw it. This one's caught. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals double their lead to 14. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Short kick gathered in at the 15. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They give to Taylor, right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Play action with Richardson. On target to Downs. And they get this down to the 28. Working quickly here. Play action on 1st down. This one finds Taylor. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Colts losing by 14. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Hits him on the out route. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
I think his decision-making were to check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. Still 1 more in their pocket to use.
Ready, break.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Here we go, set. Go.
They go play action here. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Well, Brock, it wasn't hard to see why they botched on that play fake. Even our camera operator was fooled into thinking it was a run, but certainly made it easier to connect on that touchdown pass.
And that's all about the attention to details, Kate. Really is. The offensive line getting their pads down. The running back and quarterback at that mesh point, making it look exactly like a run. You do the details on the front end, and the play-action game rewards follow on the back end.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. So everything comes down to this onside kick with less than a minute to go. And that's the Bengals who are on that one. And that's a wrap on this ball game.
Yeah, these numbers, Kate, they're pretty clear. It's hard to recover these onside kicks. Nice job there by the fielding team, but you see why the rules committee, right, the competition committee, constantly searching for maybe new creative ways, because it is just so hard to get that ball when the other team's prepared for the onside kick.
And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains. So in the jungle, the Bengals take the win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals emerge as winners as we say so long from Cincinnati.
Now from the home of the 49ers, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, this is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go from Santa Clara. This is fielded inside the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. For an opener, Purdy to throw. This throw left side, caught by Kittle.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
George Kittle was the intended target that time. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. And that is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
They'll go with Purdy. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Right to the air is Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have... Such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Second and 7. From the gun, Richardson. That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Dragon 60.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. They get 15 on that game. That's good for a Colts 1st down.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback. And even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready, ready.
Now Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor. Complete. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches.
Let's go now.
Throwing is Richardson. He is in. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Colts will take a 7-0 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. Right back to Kittle. That's another one. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. To throw on 1st down is Purdy. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Purdy going to put it up again. Now he takes off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
So after one, it's the Colts out to the early lead. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Here's 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Purdy.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time. When you're around the ball on defense, good things are going to happen. And this is a great example. He's not able to secure the interception, but the next best thing is he gets his hand on the ball, and it falls harmlessly incomplete.
12 yards on that hookup. First down, 49ers. From the gun, it's Purdy. That's Ayuk with it on the left side. To throw once more, it's Purdy. Oh, he feels the pressure, and he'll go down back at the 6. Third down, Purdy. That is caught, and they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's first and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
A chance here to draw level before the break. It's first and goal. A tight end in motion now. And they'll run here with McCaffrey. And that big offensive line clearing space. He's in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, San Francisco. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
And he will get in. And they take the lead by 1 on top 8-7. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Come on, come on. Hey.
Now Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help them at all.
Trying the left side and caught by Pittman. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Third and long. Richardson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's fourth down. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
He runs with it. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the second quarter clock. On first down, it's Richardson. That'll be intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. So we hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers in the lead. As we'll send you over to Orlando, our EA Sports halftime report with the coach. Jonathan, all yours. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up, here's Gould on the return. Past midfield. It's a foot race. And he's going to take this one coast to coast. 95 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. What a start to the second half. They come right out of the locker room and take it all the way to the end zone for 6.
Mike, we got to find out what that halftime speech was by that coach, because apparently it worked. I mean, talk about a dream start here. You find yourself at halftime, you're regrouping, we want to come out in the third quarter and establish some rhythm and momentum. And boy, do they do that here with their kickoff unit, returning it for 6.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. This is intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. What a time for a pick 6 for the defense. As the other team is trying to get themselves right back in this one, the defense extends the margin with the pick 6.
Yeah, just a critical moment. You find yourself on defense, Mike, trying to hang on to this lead. And not only do you do that, you pick 6 them, and you're able to extend that lead.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? And now, after the pick 6, out comes the offense to try to really rub this in. 2-point conversion. This is going to be caught. So it's an 8-point swing. Not just the pick 6, but add on a 2-point conversion. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. A good return as he takes it across the 30. First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Purdy now on 2nd down. The connection made to Ayuk. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. Open receiver, the former Gator, it's Ricky Pearsall. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Back to the air is Purdy. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll throw again with Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Again in the air for Purdy. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Nick Cross.
Okay, ready?
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Ready? Crack all 80.
On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lucas Oil Stadium. Return starts at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And that's good for a gain of 5. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
It's a Baltimore touchdown! The Ravens take a 6-0 lead right away. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this, but this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air, and the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Straight to the air is Richardson. He's on the move. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the Ravens 41.
Taylor again. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Travis Jones, the man in on that tackle. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Now Richardson on 4th down. On the move, headed right. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Completed to Flowers. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. Picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Second and 3 now. Here's Jackson to throw. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st down, Jackson. He's taking a shot towards the end zone. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. From the gun, a run for Henry. And this is only a short gain. He's stopped down at the 33. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They have it on 3rd and 9. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Catch made by Mitchell. And he's out a yard or two shy of the 15. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Working inside the red zone. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 13-0 lead. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. on that throw. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Let's go now.
Second and 10. Again, it's Richardson. Flush out now to his left. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Come on, come on. Hey.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Pass him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Offense in the hurry up here.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Indy. It's the Colts looking at 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. And that one's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, we really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Richardson now on 2nd and 10. Taylor makes the catch. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they're left with 4th and short.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th down instead.
They'll throw again. Richardson finds his man Downs. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the 1st instead.
First and 10 to the 12-yard line.
From the red zone now. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. The 50. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick 6 touchdown. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
The Colts take over 3rd and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. After the pick, Richardson back to the air. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Taken in by Downs, left side. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Timeout Indianapolis, that's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. It's a new set of downs for them at the 32. Play action with Richardson. Has it down close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Now the offense is going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Just need 2 more yards that they couldn't get on that last play. Here's 1st and goal.
Tag. 18 Rattlers. 18 Rattlers. 79 Broncos. Let go.
They are throwing it again. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Looking to throw. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's Julian Blackman. And the Colts do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll get it up to the 44. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. First down throw here from Richardson. Complete out to the right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Tackled back at the 41-yard line.
Second and 13. On target to his man Taylor. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Richardson on 3rd. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Roquan Smith with the pick.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Man in motion here. First and 10. Here's Jackson. And a man is there to knock that away. That one vehemently swatted away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Lamar off the play fake. Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. The Colts adding a man to the secondary here. 3rd down coming up. They've got a man in motion. Jackson now on 3rd. Makes the grab in bounds left side. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Baltimore.
Now Jackson off the play action. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it.
You know, that play is so indicative of what we see in training camps all over football. Pursue, pursue, pursue. Blanketed coverage on the back end. And look at that defense fly. No gain on the play, but it very much feels like a sack for that defense.
Taken in by Likely. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Henry on the catch. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Working quickly here. Looking to throw, Jackson. Intercepted in the end zone. Kenny Moore with the pick. And the Colts will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
Here we go, here we go.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. And the big hitter will not be reeled in. That's incomplete, and that would have made for an impressive catch on our final play of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books from this one. The Colts have it to start the 4th, but given that score, they're going to need points every time out from here on. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Let's go now.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He finds Mitchell complete. He's got room to roam here. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Come on. Set.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Taylor makes the catch. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
They'll throw again, Richardson. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
And they pick him off again. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Finding Flowers. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Colts side of the field. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 48-yard line.
From the 48. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
3rd and 8.
Jackson looking to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Jackson's going to go on 4th. He's on the move. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on down. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Mikey, 18. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Taylor now up the middle. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. They've got to keep moving quick here.
4 yards on the pickup.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. Looks like no gain on second down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
Richardson back to throw. Complete out to the right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. Here's Richardson. Escapes out to the left. That one hits the ground incomplete, but a flag also hit the ground. Let's sort this out. So the offense was right to be walking backwards. The flag does go against them. Could that penalty come back to haunt him? It's another 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He brings it in. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Third and goal for Richardson. And they pick him off again. And the Ravens take it away once again. The 5th time they've intercepted in this game.
1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Taking a deep shot here. He's got it deep downfield. And he goes out of bounds up close to midfield.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's trying to go deep again. And it's incomplete, but hey, who cares? They've got the lead, and we are out of time in this one. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And a lot to be happy with on both sides of the football as they come away with a total team victory in this one. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Indy.
We're about 20 miles from the Gulf of Mexico at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. as we bring you the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. Now it's Bucky Irving to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now a run with the rookie out of Oregon. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early. And we see it here. Nice first play pickup. Fresh set of downs.
Right back to Irving. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Mayfield. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. Picked off by Nick Cross.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Out of a shotgun, Richardson. Trying the left side and caught by Pittman. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now Richardson. He'll tuck it and take up. And he's into the end zone. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Colts. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Irving now on the return. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Mayfield. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Quiddy Pay bursting through to bring him down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here comes Otten in motion. On 2nd down, Baker. This pass is caught by Cade Otten. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield working from the pistol. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Out of the pistol, it's Mayfield. Oh, a loose football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away. Anthony Gould deep for Indy. Now, fair catch taken, and they're going to have great starting field position just shy of midfield.
At their own 49-yard line.
Ready up.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Tag. Ready.
From the gun, Richardson. Open man, that's Alec Pierce. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back from Tampa after a timeout. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Richardson to throw. He'll check this one down to Taylor. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
18, right in.
Richardson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Off Off the play fake, it's Richardson. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
Ready?
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on fourth down.
Come on, come on. Hit. Mustang 19.
Richardson going to look to throw. That one intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football at their own 40.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus, and that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Alert, 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 alert. What's that?
Throwing is Mayfield. Going up top for Evans. And he will go all the way. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here's Gould on the return. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Okay, ready?
3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On play action, Richardson. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal.
What's that?
Here's a run. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal.
On the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This, about as short as you can get. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Bucs going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Ready? Go.
Richardson operating from the pistol. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Ready?
Throwing is Richardson. Catch made, that's Pittman. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
Hurry.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Ready?
Now Richardson. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. They get 21 on that one. That's good for a Colts 1st down.
Get it. Ready?
Richardson will give it to Taylor. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 39 yards. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Indy. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Irving now on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Good. What's up?
Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. Going up top for Evans. Oh, he tried to throw it back across his body, but it's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
Ready, set.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Here we go, set.
Looking to throw. Richardson. He's got the big man, Mo Alley Cox.
Let's go, let's go.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches.
Cowboy 80.
They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, Indianapolis.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 2.
Go, go.
To throw, it's Richardson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Up until this point, this pass rush has been pretty non-existent, so a pretty good time in the game to get their first sack. They're trying to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense and see if they can pull off this comeback.
And that is incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Irving now on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
King. That.
Baker gonna give it to Irving. And he's gonna be brought down up past the 45.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. On play action, Mayfield going up top for Evans. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. They'll run it. It's Irving. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. 2nd and 6 coming up. They'll run. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll run here.
If you send your field goal unit on the field, Mike, it gives you a chance to chip away at this deficit. But I think I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going to one of my critical plays on my call sheet. Keep this drive alive. The hope is to come away with 6.
And here we go. 4th and inches. They'll run it and give it to the big guy. And he's going to have the Buccaneers first down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 on 4th and inches.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
They'll run with White. And he will score. Rashad White. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So, not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. A critical extra point is up and good. They have taken a 1-point lead here in the late stages of this one. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here's Gould on the return. Into space. And he's going to go all the way. How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense. You watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown. And you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no. Offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own.
And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves.
Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down. Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. Clock stops, 46 seconds to go. Gonna need a big play now. 3rd down and long. Here comes Otten in motion. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Going up top for Evans. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Blackmon.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Come on, come on. Ready,
A run with Taylor. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll go again here with Taylor. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So this one, a win for the visiting Colts. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.